Stewart, and we are now up to 4 people who have asked the very good question about who would you appoint. Very good and seldom asked. And in the traditional process of elected presidents who don't announce their appointees until after election, often after inauguration. And then it's this one-at-a-time process that goes through public hearings first, then Senate hearings possibly if the person is properly stand up. I give you everybody, not everybody, but many of my would-be appointees up front. And appointees is a too narrow word. Everyone that you will see listed or hear from me become advisors. If they want to take a supervisory role, that is in government, on the government payroll, they're welcome to. If not, I still hear them, listen, read, and respect their opinions, because their opinions is what drives it. It is not political clout. It is not past success. It's not what they can do for me. It is because of what they say and do for the American people. I have followed many of them. My list now exceeds 500 people. Now, there's not 500 cabinet positions, but there are 15 formal ones, and I turn that into at least 500 informal ones. Yeah, I read a decent amount. I hear. And the people that I would propel would be almost all conservatives and libertarians. A few liberals, but not because of their liberalism in thought, but because they're stand-up people, or especially nice people. Okay, for example, Colin McEnroe in Connecticut. He's a lib, but he's a good guy, and he's a bright thinker, and yes, a little wayward in the politics, but I want him on my team. I would have even, yes, Bernie Sanders in one way. He'd probably be one of my IRS commissioners. By the way, I don't have one commissioner. I don't have one cabinet secretary. I have 3, 4, or 5. Because the person is not what the position should be about. And if a person gets into trouble or resigns, it shouldn't be a crisis. A cabinet position should be 24/7. I believe in many cabinet positions wide, but not deep. I don't believe in a deep bureaucracy. Okay? Thomas Jefferson ran the whole State Department with 4 clerks. I'm not convinced that the State Department needs to be even 1/10 of the size it is now. I don't know enough yet about State Department intricacies, but from afar, I think you can whack 90% of it. So among the liberals that I would like to propel to more prominence within an administration and outwardly to be talking to people every single week are former liberals. People who were tried and true for a while, progressive Democrats to the core, but have now swung the other way. David Horowitz, Dave Rubin, Brandon Straka. Brandon is a tremendous example. He leads the walkaway movement. And he is one of the 15 people that I wrote to in the hopes that they would do what I'm doing now, getting into some primaries. I wish more people with prominence, more prominence than me, would be doing this. I wrote to Michelle Malkin. I wrote to Walter Williams, Dennis Prager, Larry Elder, Tom Sowell. These are men and women with so much to offer, and it's a shame that they are, for office anyway, on the sidelines. Thank goodness they are in our public discourse. They deserve to be paid attention to. I would give them an offer to be in my cabinet. I also make an offer to some people that I don't know. I haven't read their stuff. I don't know them even by name. But virtually everybody who calls in and comments on conservative talk radio is more thoughtful than your average state legislator. I will stand by this. State legislators are not wise. I think people who listen to talk radio get wiser by the hour, and I would like to see them involved. I'll add another group: conservative African Americans. There aren't many of you, but those of you who have been outspoken in your conservatism have something that is inestimably good. You got guts, because it is tough to go back to family and community and your school chums being the only one of your ilk, and to be outspoken and not quiet about your conservatism. Good for you. That is heroic. I like heroes. So I will add heroic whistleblowers. They risk their jobs, sometimes even risk their lives, to pull the plug on something that is unjust. We deserve more of them. For all of these groups, my reward to you is a part-time job in government if you want it. And it's not a bribe, it is a reward for doing the right thing. Now, you who are of this conservative, heroic ilk probably don't need a government job, part-time or full-time. And if you want to volunteer, that's even better, because just a smidgen more of you in the public discourse is a good thing for all of us. So, it's a big cabinet. I call it an expanded Sanhedrin. It would help govern us like the best governance the Western world has ever seen. I look forward to that chance. Hopefully not with me, but somebody who has a better chance of winning and a better chance of standing up and taking the many arrows. I'll do it, but I really wish others would